let me feel that there are some young people here. Hallelujah! Chopway! Chopway! What's up, y'all? Please take your seat. It's such an honor and a blessing to witness this day, to see the young people who are on holidays are willing to come and listen to words of wisdom from people who have charted a course, gone through the course, traveled the journey somehow, so that they can also mold their lives. There are some of your colleagues who are somewhere else today. I don't know why you are here today. Maybe you just followed somebody, or maybe you just wanted to come and see the face of Bishop Fusue, or, Pastor Brian, or something. But I can tell you this, you would definitely not go back home the same way you came. Something will give. Something will change. Today, I just want to talk to you about being okay to be the odd one. It's okay to be the odd one. Everybody is going a certain way. You are not going that way. They are laughing at you. They are calling you names. They're saying things about you. I'm just here to tell you, it's okay. What is your past? What is your current situation? It is okay. You see, the God we serve specializes in using trash, right? And transforming trash into treasures. It's okay. Let me tell you this joke. I listened to one young man. He's a comedian. He's handicapped. And he said they went to a show that was fully booked. They got in late too. And they were going to sit at the back. But when they saw him, he's an American, they said, Joel is here. Oh, Joel, because of your condition, let's create a space for you in front. You and your family to go and sit because of your disability. And then his sister looked at him and said, Joel, aren't we blessed that you are handicapped? Because of his disability, they got the best spot. So what is your situation? What is your condition? I want to tell you my story of being the odd one. You see, I was not supposed to have been born. I'm the last of 8 children. Among all my siblings, the age gap is 2 years. But between the one before me and myself, it's 4 years. I was called an accidental baby when I was growing up. My sisters and brothers used to tease me, accidental baby, pension baby. So I wasn't supposed to happen. So I became the odd one out. One born to my father in his own old age. My father was a police commissioner in the Gold Coast era. So things were okay for my older siblings when they were growing up. But when I was born, my father had gone on pension. I think he was on his 2nd pension. So things were tough. I didn't get to enjoy like they did. I grew up in Tema, Community 8. All the young people in my area went to preparatory school, desk preparatory, Tema parent, Datus. Your soul sister here went to Tema Community 8, number 1, primary and middle school. Typical Saito. In fact, today I was thinking about it. I don't remember any of the ones I grew up with. My friends I grew up in Tema, who went to Saito? You rode. I was the only Saito girl there. I went with confidence. And then, during that time, you will go from class 1 to class 6, and then Form 1 to Form 4. I sat for common entrance in Form 1. I passed. My father didn't have money to take me to secondary school. Then I sat for it again in Form 2. I passed, and by the grace of God, I went to Infantsman Girls. I was the odd one out. I should have completed Form 4. I left in Form 2. Growing up, I wanted to be an architect. I wanted to be a land economist. Because in my area, again, peer pressure, all those who seem to be making it did land economy at tech. So the slogan was tech or suicide. After A level, the only forms I took was tech. I didn't take any other university. And then it swerved me. I didn't get land economy. I got sick. I came home. Then my brother advised me, why don't you go to GIJ to go and do public relations? Again, public relations, because that time it was the public relation officers who were making the money. There was nothing to write home about being a journalist. So I wanted to do public relations to get some money, to take care of my dad and myself. My father was my everything growing up, and he still is, though he's passed on to glory. Everything I do now, I think about my father. Will he be proud of me? What would he say? Though when he was alive, I did a lot of things that he wasn't proud of. God forgive me. But writing exams, going through interviews, everybody said, no, you'll be good for journalism. I didn't even have a clue what journalism was all about. I read the newspapers, but there are people who write to newspaper and people on TV. I did everything. They didn't mind me. They gave me journalism to do. When I was at GIJ, again, I was the only odd one out. You see, when I'm sure you saw Pastor Brian when he came to stand here with his tattered jeans. That one is a designer. You know, it's on and out tattered clothes, a designer. You can't even afford it. Me, I started wearing it a long time ago. But that time, they didn't know that it was designer. My uniform, patch here, patch there. Sometimes they use sellotape to chalk somewhere. And these days, you see that the T-shirt and the jeans, that's with some, safety pin in there, right? They call it designer. I started wearing it a long time, but they didn't know. So I went through secondary school. I never had certificate or a prize for excellence in academia. It's always for dancing for school, modeling for school. Yes, I wasn't the slim when I was in school, So I was modeling for school, dancing for school. My father saw the certificate. He was very sad. After spending all the money to take care of me, this is where I've got into. But to cut a long story short, I came into professional journalism. I was on TV in 1997. Some of you were not born. I became the first young female presenter doing politics on TV. I was hosting the newspaper review, and I was interviewing the likes, or having discussion with the likes of the now president of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, former president of Ghana, Mr. John Dramani Mahama. There are people today in positions of authority that I was the first person to put them on TV. I was young. But you see, I didn't know my place. I went everywhere. My friends used to call me in Chine. Everywhere, I did inside some. I was moving everywhere. Now, before I move on, let me tell you this. You see, no one was born confident. Nobody. We were either raised to be confident or we learned to be confident. And sometimes we use Takashi to be confident. You know that the place you are going, Charlie, it's not easy, but you will go. You take the opportunity, you will do it. So never ever tell yourself, as for me, I can't do this. Or I can't be like this person. can. And you will, if you put your mind to it. So I was on TV for years, doing the unusual. So the rumors were flying over my head and everything. After 7 years on TV, I decided to go back to school to do my master's. Everybody I knew at that time had gone to do masters in communication. This old chick here went to do masters in international journalism. Everybody thought what I was going to do with that. Because then when you go and do your masters and you come, you're going to work for some corporate organization to make some big money. Big money. Not the small that GBC was giving us, but it was okay. I love journalism. I wanted to be a journalist. And if I should go and come, I'm sure from the day I'll be asked at the age of 6 or 7, what do you want to be in future? I'll say I'll be a journalist. So I went to do that. I came back charged up. I wanted to do something. I wanted to help. I wanted to change the lot of women because I met a very strong woman who was my journalism lecturer who said, Gifty, if you're going back to Ghana, make sure you go and then you change the lot of women. You help women. You assist them, encourage them to add value to themselves. So I came charged up. But everything I did, the forces were against me. I just couldn't do it. So again, I decided to be the odd one out, to start my own show, The Standpoint. In 2008, at that time, all the women shows that we had were one-on-one, celebrating a woman who has achieved something, but there was nothing like a discussion where we talk about issues affecting women. So the first time we had a program with all women talking about sex, Lord have mercy. The calls that we had, the insults. How can you? You are women. You are disgracing womanhood, and so on and so forth. But we stuck to our guns. And this year, the Standpoint is 10 years. It hasn't been an easy journey, but we have stayed the course. And on the 1st, let me say this before I continue, on the 1st of September, 2008, at Trinity Baptist Church, we are having our Women Call to Worship Conference 2018. And guess who is our speaker? Dr. Ofusue. Are you going to be there? It's going to be 12 noon, so you will be there. So I started the Standpoint, first anniversary. I like celebrating. So I celebrated, and somebody passed a comment. Just 1 year. What are you celebrating? How far can you go? But here we are 10 years. I was on TV talking about issues affecting women. Marriage, what have you? I wasn't married. Everybody said all they could. There were people who were preventing their wives from watching my program because this woman sitting there, she's not married. She doesn't have a child. What does she know about marriage? Some even were advised not to listen to me because if they listen to me, they'll try and be like Gifty Anti, and they won't get any man to marry Gifty Anti. That's cool. So at the age of 45, when some of my friends had grandchildren, and I had no husband, and I had no child, the Lord said, I want to prove to the world that yes, it's okay to be the odd one. So at the age of 45, I got married. And then people said, old age marriage. 45, what can she do? Can she have a child? 2 years into my marriage, at the age of 47, the Lord blessed me with a child. There are women who are older than me who's had children. That's true. But they are not Gifty Anti. They haven't been in that space where everybody's eyes, mouth, ear, everything is on them. It hasn't been easy. But I decided to stay the course and still be the odd one. At the time I had a child, again, some of my friends had grandchildren. I remember my year group, there was a day that the same Gifty Auntie went to ask the question, so how many kids have you all got? And then somebody came on and listed, Hannah, 6, this 5, and then they wrote Gifty Auntie, 0. By the time I had a child, it brought glory to God. It brought hope to many. Many were those who said that if it has happened to Gifty Auntie, it can happen to me. I was talking to Bishop and he said, Gifty, that child was not given to you because of you. It was given to you because of other people. That they will have hope. That they will have trust in God. That they will know that God is faithful. It doesn't mean that you will not cry. It doesn't mean that I have a perfect life. It doesn't mean that I don't quarrel with my husband. It doesn't mean that I don't cry because my baby wouldn't sleep and I'm sleepy and she's now wanting to play and I'm asking myself, what am I doing? But it is being done at a time that people needed to see the glory of God. So that's why I call my daughter Nyamie Nyonyam. From the one that I was confirmed pregnant, I started calling her Nyamie Nyonyam, the glory of God, the manifestation of the glory of God. So today I just want to ask you, are you the odd one out? What is your story? Maybe you had a child at the age of 16. Yes, you are the odd one out. You had a child out of wedlock. You are the odd one, but it's okay. You still have years ahead of you to turn your life around. After iYES, what are you going to do about your life? Maybe you were raped. You've kept quiet about it. It's eating you up. You don't know what to do. You don't even know who to talk to. All your friends are talking about how, they have a perfect life. You can't even talk about your life. It's okay to be the odd one. It is just okay. What is important is that from now onwards, what are you going to do with your life? What are you going to allow God to use you for? Maybe you come from a broken home. I came from a broken home. I didn't know what was called marriage. Yesterday, I went to see my counselor and I was telling him that before I got married at the age of 45, I had not lived under the same roof with a man for even up to 3 days, apart from my father. He was shocked. He said, after everything that was said about, are you sure? I said, yes. So this thing called marriage, I'm just learning through marriage itself. Because I didn't know how to live with a man apart from my father. It doesn't matter your past. It doesn't matter your current situation. Maybe you come from a rich home where you are provided with everything. But what is lacking is love. What is lacking is attention. It's okay. After today, you will learn how to love yourself. How to hang on to the man who truly loves us and will never ever abandon us. Today, you will celebrate your oddness. So you are in a school among friends who have everything. All you have is just one jeans. I tell people, my dear, rock your one jeans so much that the people around you will feel that the new-ish is to wear one jeans all the time. You see, when I started coming on TV, I was the odd one out. I started tying my duku. Before then, GBC News presenters, nice and cute, everything. This young lady came in huge duku. There were days I was suspended for, my duku being flamboyant. I was the odd one on TV. I was wearing beads when beads was not attractive. I was the odd one. out. Not too long. Doing the duku became the ish. Wearing of beads became the ish. You go to Makola and they'll ask you, do you want the Gifty Anti beads? But the truth of the matter is that I started doing the duku. Because at that time, I didn't have money to go to the salon all the time. So the best way was to just cover my hair when it's not looking neat. I didn't have money to buy the gold jewelry, so I started wearing beads. I could wear beads from here to here. And it became a lifestyle. But when I started, people were laughing at me. These days I see people wearing suits and with beads. It's beautiful. Making our own proud. Promoting made in Ghana. What is your story? What makes you think that sitting here and listening to the various stories that will be shared today, you can't get there? Because as for you, you are not coming from where they are coming from. It doesn't matter your journey. In this journey that we are traveling on, there are times that you have to walk. There are times that you have to crawl. There are other times that you don't know what will happen, where you receive the energy from and you start running. Samini has a song, slow motion is better than no motion. Obiani in a movement. My father used to say, we all have our destinies, we all have our stories. Some of those who had their children, my friends who had their children, before I did. Some of those who got married before I did. God forgive me that I boast. What kind of glory has it brought to God? Who has it motivated? Who has it encouraged? Who has it drawn closer to God? Sometimes I ask myself, I calculate my age. I'm 48 years. Next January, I'll be 49. And very soon, I'll be 50. I can't wait to be 50. I just calculate, okay, so by the time I'm 50, my daughter is 3 years. 60 should be 30. So will I be around? But it's not for me to determine. It is all about bringing glory to God. It's not about you and I. Don't be in competition with anybody, because your story is about to be told. The world is yet to hear about you. I went to a restaurant quite recently, La Palm. Then there was this white guy who was sitting with Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant is a Canadian British actor, famous one. Hugh saw me like, oh, Gifty, where's the princess? I said, oh, she's here. And then the white man said, is that the Ghana princess? I said, oui. She said, Dumasa princess, not Ghana princess. But I said, we'll take it like that. That is the princess. But this is me, Gifty Anti. Born at Chebi. In fact, conceived at Aflao. Born at Chebi, grew up in Temakomti U Road. Wore designer tattered clothes and shoes to school. Went to Infantiman Girls, 7 years, never wore a watch. Went to school, almost empty teacher bus. People used to give me food, Gary, to eat. Today, I mount platforms to be able to encourage and talk to other people. What is your story? What is your journey? God is preparing you for something. To re-echo, Papa has touched my life this morning. He said, it's not about you. No. You are not all that, you know. It's not about you. It's for the benefit of somebody. There's something beautiful about somebody meeting you and telling you that because of you, because of iYES, because of Obi, because of Pastor Brian, because of. There's something called effect and impact, or intention and impact. Sometimes we intend to do something, but the impact it has on us or it has on other people, you'll be amazed. One day I was at the hospital. My baby was not well. I went to see the doctor. And there were these women coming to me. Gifty Anti. This thing, if it had been in the church, I would not stand behind it, because some pastors have said something about anointing that I'm running away from. So I don't like standing behind pulpit. That's why I'm standing here. That Gifty Anti, I should pray for them. That one said she's been married for 14 years. She doesn't have a child. I should pray for her. Really? Me? The same Gifty Anti. Pray for her from where? With what? Some said my daughter should put her hand on them. That's my daughter there. Did you hear her voice? I did. It is not about us. So my dear, enough of the crying. Enough of the self-doubt. You can do it. You can do it. You don't have to belong to the norm. You don't have to be like everybody. You don't have to be like Gifty Anti. You do not have to wait till you're 45 before you get married. You do not have to wait till you're 47 before you have a child. No way. When your time comes, take advantage of it. When the opportunity presents itself, grab it. Make good use of it, because our stories and our destinies are different. It's beautiful to want to be like somebody, but in your own way. In your own way. When I started, people were calling me Ghana's Oprah. I said, no, I want to be Gifty Anti of the world. I don't want to be Ghana's Oprah. There's only one Oprah, and she's the only one. I don't want to live somebody's life. You need to live your life. Find out who you are, your purpose, your reason, and stay your course. Travel your own journey. And don't compare yourself to anybody. Because there may come a time that you will overtake that person. There will come a time that somebody will overtake you. Seasons and times. Seasons and times. Today you are down, tomorrow you'll be up. Sorrow moments will come, happy moments will come. Don't give up on yourself now. This is not the time to doubt yourself. You are young people. You have all the opportunities. Growing up, I didn't have the opportunity of attending a conference like this, free of charge. The few that were, there, you have to pay. And sister, where was sister going to get? Even where the next meal was coming from was an issue. How much more go and pay to listen to somebody talk? What kind of thing is that? It didn't happen in my time. You are here to listen to people, to encourage you, to motivate you. So I am glad that I'm the first speaker for today. And I wanted to dissuade your mind about all the things that are bugging you. The baggage that you think you came here with. The baggage. Let it go. Because what? There are people who are worse off than you are. There are people who have done worse things than you have done. But God is merciful. The God I know, He is merciful and He is faithful. All you need is to open up to Him, to surrender and give it all to Him. And give it all to Him. Thank God every day for the gift of life. My mother used to say something that if God will receive His thanks and not do it for you, it's up to Him. Let his will be done in your life. But before I sit down, I want you to know something, that you have a light. You were created uniquely. In your oddness, you are unique. You are unique. You have a light that somebody sitting next to you is envious of. But you are letting all that worry, all that self-doubt cloud your shine. You see, we are all stars in our own way. Wherever you stand, you see a star. When it's night and we go out, you see that some of the stars shine so bright. Some don't really shine that bright. But guess what? They are all stars. They are all called stars. You are a human being just like me. The fact that I'm standing here doesn't make me better off than you. Absolutely no. You have a light. And don't let anything dim the light that you have. Today, let yourself go. Set yourself free. Tell God to offload you so that you can absorb everything that you will learn here today. Everything that you hear. That's why two people can go to a conference, a healing crusade, both of them sick in the same, with the same ailment or whatever it is. One will get healed, the other will not. Why? Why? I want you all to stand with all due respect to do this little exercise. Then I'll sit. I have told you that it doesn't matter your background. It doesn't matter what you have done in the past. It doesn't matter the home you are coming from. It doesn't matter even the purpose with which you came here today. What is important is at this moment onwards, what you're going to do about your life, what you are willing to do. I've also told you that we all have a light. Some of our lights are small. Others, their lights are bright. And so the whole world is seeing, they're shining. But there are some with very little light, that it's only the person sitting next or standing next to them who can see the light. But every light be light, Abby. Every light be light. So I want to charge you up this morning before I sit down or take questions, if any. Charge you up so that you are prepared for the next, how many days? Today, tomorrow, and Friday. You are prepared to absorb and maximize every impact that will be made here. It's something I do to encourage myself. Some of you who've heard me speak know I do this all the time. It's very simple, but it's very powerful. It's a children's song, but it speaks to me in so many ways. And I pray that it will speak to you too. So please, if you don't know it, when I say it, repeat after me. There's a little light of mine. Do I have some people with light here? There's a little light of mine. I'm going to let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. There's a little light of mine. I'm going to let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. I have a light. No matter how small, it is still a light. And I'm going to let it shine. I will not hide my light. I will let it shine. Now look to the next person sitting by you or standing by you and tell the person, I have a light. If you can't stand my light, you better cover your face. Or you didn't do it well, you better cover your face. Or you buy some sunglasses because my light will shine. It was given to me by God. Nothing can take my light. No human being can take my light. No demon can take my light. No spirit can take my light. No problem can take my light. I have a light. I will let it shine. I will let it shine. I was born with a light. I am in the light. And my light will shine. Do you believe you have a light? Are you sure you have a light? Are you ready to let it shine? Are you ready to let it shine? So help us, God. I don't know about you, but I'm destined for the top. I'm destined to succeed, no matter what comes my way. If you believe in that, I will meet you at the top. One more time, do you have a light? Thank you very much.
If you have a question, don't ask how the husband met. Don't ask that question. All right, so can you get up and come, please? Can you finish another microphone for me, please? All right. Let's clap our hands for. Is there any other? I want a lady. I want a lady. I want a pretty lady. Yes, please, ma'am. Can you come? All right. All right. All right. So stand and let's take it.
Good morning, everybody. Please, my name is Glenn Suman. Actually, I'm very encouraged by Gifty's presentation, but when you are growing up with all these difficulties, it seems like you normally encourage yourself. But my question is very brief. What is your biggest fear? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello? Yeah. Thank you very much. My greatest fear is that there may come a day that a young lady will walk to me needing my help, and I will not be able to help her or point her to someone who can help her. That's always been my fear. Quite recently, I think, was it on Monday? I was far away from Accra. So I put on Facebook that I've been told about a woman on the Achimota Bridge who has a 3-month-old baby who looked very sick in the sun. So anybody near Accra or near that place should rush and go and help that woman. And I was sad, the comment that came. Where is the government? Where is social welfare? Where is the man who impregnated her? But this is something I've been doing all the time. And when I write it on Facebook, same people come. Well done, Gifty. You have done well. God bless you. You're a kind woman. But when it came that they have to reach out and help somebody, they were asking questions. Yes, we have a government. We have a church. We have what have you. But sometimes it's up to you and I to dirty our hands. I had a sleepless night until the police officer called me and said that somebody from the gender ministry had come and picked her up. That was when I was able to settle. But every time when I'm far away from helping somebody who needs my help, it scares me so much. So that's one of the things that I'm really afraid of.
Is there any other person? All right. Okay, I want to take a lady. Can you get up, please? Please clap your hands and encourage.
Amen. I'm Jacqueline. I'm a graduate from Ghana Institute of Journalism. When you were talking, you made mention of financial problems whilst you were with your parents here. I'm asking this because sometimes it is not only about the financial problem we are facing at home. Sometimes your father or your mother wants you to pursue a certain cause you don't want to. I've been a victim, and then I've experienced this, and then I don't know whether I've regretted. Maybe time will tell. My dad wanted me to be something different rather than going to GIJ. But I had to stand on my grounds and then, forget certain things he says sometimes. I don't know whether it is good for you to follow your passion sometimes. I don't know about that.
It's always important to follow your passion. Always important. One of the things my father taught me again is that the best form of revenge is to succeed. The best form of revenge is to succeed. Sometimes you have no one by your parents, and this is what they want you to do. It's always a tough one. Caught between following your passion and disobeying your parent as a young person. Because the Bible says what? We should honor our mother and our father. Do we disrespect them? Sometimes life takes us on a detour. It takes us on a detour. But it's always, if we stay focused to our dream and our passion, it always brings us back to where we want to go. Sometimes we may be knocking on a door that does not open. But then you move to the next door. You knock it, it opens, and somehow there will be a window or an alley or something that will take you to that original door that you want to open. You stayed true to yourself. You stayed your passion, so you disobeyed. I won't say you disobeyed. You were insistent and pursued your cause as a journalist. What are you going to do for your father to know that you didn't just disobey him and that you took the right course, so that he'll be proud of you, so that he'll be so appreciative of the fact that this is what you did? But there are some of you here who can't be that insistent, who can't be that rebel. You may have to do what your father or your mother says you should do, but somehow always find your way back. I have a daughter here who went to GIJ too, wanted to be a journalist because she saw me on TV. I'm a journalist, so she wants to be. She went to School of Journalism. One day she called me, "Mommy, it's too difficult," because she was sent to Mokola Market to go and do a report. Said, "Mommy, it's too difficult." And I said, "Yes, I covered Bola for a long time, so it's not too difficult." Now she's written an exam. She's going to law school to go and do law. There's always an opportunity for you to go back there. It's a difficult situation, but always pray for wisdom. Always pray for wisdom. But now that you're a journalist, be the odd one among the journalists. Be the one who will stand out. Be the one who will make an impact, so that when they mention your name, your father will be proud. My mother never went to school. She didn't believe in education. She didn't believe in educating women. Between my mother and my father was the one who had the money, but never put a penny into my education because she thought it was a waste of time. She used to say that when she got married, she hadn't braided her hair. She didn't know her age. So how we are to determine her age is that when she got married, she hadn't braided her hair. So she was a young lady. I was wasting time going to school. But before she died, she used to tell everybody, "Oh, I'm remember what TV doing. Gifty Anti, Mama Ba." I'm the one whose daughter is on TV. Gifty Anti is my daughter. So make your father proud now. Okay?
Let's clap our hands. Oh, come on.